Hello, this is Steve and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this session we're going to actually move on from where we left off in progression series of fun programming. We're going to be learning about read statements, data statements. I'll try to cover get statements, anything that would help to really put together this calculator. So maybe might need to add position in there too, like positioning. But anyways, this will be basically another kind of long video. Hopefully this is very informative. So let's get started with that. So I'm going to kind of put down in my little notes here so I know what we're writing about. So learning about read data. And remember, the remark just puts a comment, doesn't actually do anything with the program. Let's see, I put read data. We're going to learn about get, which is basically keyboard. Where is that minus sign? Keyboard input. I think that's it. Maybe about peek and poke. We'll see if I need that. That's for the positioning, and then build our calculator. Okay, as always, we're going to clear the screen with our famous character code 147. This is just print character string 147, which was string. And then let's get on with some practicing some data statements. I always like to try to set examples for practicing. I've been using the X variable, so I think I'm going to use the A variable now. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a simple loop. I'm going to make it maybe, I don't know, 5. We'll start with numbers. Because you can read numbers, you can read letters. We'll just set NM for number. And then you just do next. And what you do next is you just put the numbers that you're going to read. Just set a bunch of random numbers. Doesn't matter what they are. There's 5 of them. So what the system's done right now, it looks like it's done nothing, but it's actually just read in 5 different numbers into its memory. Now, the reason why we don't see anything is we haven't printed them out to the screen. So as we're reading them, I'm going to make it print the numbers. So right after here, we're just going to say print NM. So we can see what we're printing. So there is our numbers, 7, 8. And as I demonstrated in my other videos, I'm going to do some concatenation here so we can kind of make it look pretty, you know, kind of put it on one line, a little comma there. And, oops, I forgot my thing at the end. You always have to put that in, otherwise it'll print on each line. So there, now we got our little numbers going on. So we just learned real simply how to go ahead and read numbers. Next, we'll just learn how to read characters. I think I'll just create another line here. Read in, I'm saying characters. Characters are actually strings, which is like numbers, letters, and so on. And we'll just set a new loop. I'm just going to call this one L. You can name it whatever you want. Let's do 5 again. Read, we'll call it ST for string. Hopefully, actually, ST might be taken. I'm going to try it anyway. Oh, actually, I did something wrong. You have to see ST string, because we're reading in a string value now. And then we're going to print out that string value. And we'll just set this one with spaces since we're going to print words this time. And next, finish out the loop. And now we're going to print words. So we could just say Atari, C64, Java, what's the name? C++. It might not like that plus if I do that, but I'll just say C++ and .gdk. So now, we need to print these on new lines again. Just for simplicity and for spacing, I'm going to create a new line for this. Maybe an extra line. So the more prints you do, the more lines it's going to skip down. Print is just a carriage return. So now we got our numbers and we got our words. And they're all being read from the simple data statement. So what it's doing here is it's going through 1 to 5. 1 to 5, you count them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's reading in 5 numbers. It sticks them each time in this NM value and it prints them out to the screen there. And next is basically just going back and forth between these loops until it finishes its process. The same thing down here, except we're reading 1 to 5. And we're reading ST, which is a string. Or if you say ST string, it actually, removes the spaces when you type them. If you type the spaces in, it automatically puts them back in. So ST strings, and then we put a space in between there, and it just reads back here until it completes all 5. So it goes through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make sure I have them all. Let's see if I can do that C++. It probably won't like it, but I'll put it in there. I have no idea why it does that. So anyways, let's see if it takes the plus this time. Just curious. It may. We'll see. Yeah, it works. Okay. So now we got our values. So what I just introduced is some simple read data statements into numbers and values. So we can move on to the next session, which will be to help create our calculator. I may not get it done in this video. I'm hoping to get this thing started, but anyway. The next thing we're going to be learning is getting input from, or let's see, how would I say, reading, what to say, checking for keystrokes. The easiest way to say it. And there's a command called get that will allow you to check. It's just basically get, like that, and that will check a keyboard. So if we set it to get A strings, and I just realized I'm going to need to create a loop. Now, I'm going to pause this video real quick, so I don't want to waste too much time. I'm just going to look up real quickly how to break out of this, because I have not figured out the freaking breaking thing yet. So give me just a second, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. You would not believe the delay I had to. Apparently it had nothing to do with the emulator, it had more to do with my stupid keyboard. I have one of these Rockettes, these gaming keyboards, and it's annoying when it changes the key values. Anyways, I got it working. So basically all it is just the caps lock key, which was disabled recently until I fixed it, will actually serve as the break key. So let's go ahead and continue off. So the get is actually going to check the key values that we're going to type in. So we're going to make it search for, just for tests, we're going to let's do space. We just basically put 2 quotes with a space in it. And then we'll make it do like a little test here. We'll just say space bar. And then we'll go to 180. We should be able to good to stop this. And the safe side, I think I'm going to save it. I just now realized I need to find the save command too. I think it's right here. Right there. And that's how you overwrite the previous program. Okay, so let's try it. Now if I press the space bar, there we go. And if I press that, it breaks me out. Perfect. Okay, so now we got the keyboard going. Oh, I need to put in another space in there too. I forgot to do that. So let me just put in a space. We'll do some keyboard testing here. I have a feeling this video is getting long, but we'll probably have to cut it off after this. So we'll do some keyboard testing. And we know that the space bar is going to represent that. So if you type in anything else here, for example, let's say you wanted to move a game character using the W keys or whatever. Use W, and then that could represent like the up position. And we'll just make them say player up or something like that. And then let's say you wanted to go down to try to keep it as simplistic as possible. Usually the S key would be used for like a down key. And we'll print player down. We'll just use those as an example. Oops, I actually erased my program, so I need to stick that back in here. So go to 180, so we repeat that loop. And we got the space bar. We press W, that would be the up key. S key would be the down key. So that's how the gets work. Now another thing I didn't demonstrate yet, but I will, is you can use the character or the ASCII key codes inside of your Commodore to represent other things that's going on. So if you want to do space, you would use 32. It would serve the same thing. And to be an example here, we'll just make it say space bar, and we'll say ASCII, American Standard Code for Information Interchange, ASCII key, like that. And we run that, and we got the space bar. So it's actually checking both of them. So it's printing space bar, then right after that it's checking the second space bar for the second time and printing ASCII key. So that's working, and next we're going to check like the return key. Hopefully I can remember this one. Let me look it up real quick actually. It's actually 13. Okay. And we'll print return. I think it's return. I think it's PC is enter. So if we hit the enter key, we got return, spacebar is spacebar, W up, player down, blah blah blah. So hopefully you get the hang of what's going on here. These are repeating inside of a loop here. So it's going through this get here, it's checking for a space and printing this out. It's checking for a W based on this get input. Remember, this is just getting the keyboard. If it's a W, it's going to print player up. If you're pressing the get and you're using the S, or just typing in the letter S, it's going to say player down. This one is the ASCII keyboard for return. So 13 is just representing that you're pressing return. And you can look them all up in, I'm using the Commodore or C64 user's manual. And it's got, you know, all the codes in it and everything. So now, if for example, let's say we wanted to, let me see here. I was thinking that maybe we could do the up and down arrow keys, but I don't know where they're at here. Guess we'll skip that for now. We could do the clear key, I see that here. So if you wanted, let's say you wanted to clear the screen, you just say x equals chr strings, and we're not, it's actually 19. So if you press 19, then that would be the, we'll just say Commodore clear or something like that. Commodore clear screen, something like that. See if I can find it. One of these right there, this Commodore clear screen. So that's how the keys work for the most part. So I know this video is too long. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right there. Next we'll try to go in and start building our calculator. I think I covered everything I needed to. If I need to, I'll go into position and maybe peek and poke in the next video. So thanks for watching, guys, and this is Steve Morrow signing out. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate it.